everybody. Welcome to the 20th Eden+Fractal meeting. I hope you're all doing well. I'm here with Eric and Charles and Lenny and Waxa and Yucel and Vlad. We are having some fascinating conversations about time and travel and aviation and so forth. We also have Waxa with us, who has some exciting news or proposal about EdenElections.com and Eden+Fractal collaboration and so forth. So yeah, I suppose I'll leave it there. Everybody, thanks for watching, thanks for joining, and the floor is open for anybody who'd like to share some words.
Shall I start now, Dan, and let you know about the plan for the website?
Yeah, okay, go ahead.
Okay, so on the EdenElections.com website, I'm giving each circle section of Eden that people can choose to create themselves a platform which is determined, the use case for it is determined by the community. So in your case, for the Eden+Fractal, you can choose what goes on that page and how you'd like to use it and be recognized as part of the growing Eden on EOS DAO structure. So what I've done so far is put together a document which outlines some suggestions, and it's open for anyone in this group to edit, and then you can put on there what you'd like to see on that web page. And then by the end of my term on Eden on EOS, which is in, I think, about 3 weeks, I'll make sure to have your, stop that now, Oliver. I'll make sure to have that available and ready so you can use it. So I just really wanted to make something that is actually going to be useful for you all and represents your community properly. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So it's good for recruitment, and it's good, for instance, it might be good in the future, depending on how the DAO structure is fully set up. But if it's anything like what we've been talking about and proposing at the moment, there'll be opportunities on there to be able to request funding based on what type of project you're running to the chief delegates. And yeah, so there's obviously been a recent injection of funding from Block 1 into Eden on EOS. And if you're officially part of that infrastructure, then you can call upon the chief delegates to request that funding as a formal process. As the DAO develops, that's the idea that I'm running with. So what I'll do is I'll post the link to the document in the chat now, and then it'd be great to see any feedback you have there. And then what I'll do is I'll message directly with Dan, give it a few weeks. Probably a week would be great if you could get it done within a week. Leave any comments, and then I'll implement it a week after. So that's great. And I'd like to hear any initial thoughts on the concept now. If anyone has any requests, that would be great. Thank you.
Excellent. Well, thanks so much, Waxa. I'll just speak quickly because I also want to share the screen a little bit just to show people what we're talking about. So I'll share the EdenElections.com screen. You've done an awesome job building that website, and so I think that'll be really helpful for the whole Eden community and Eden+Fractal. Thanks for joining us once again and sharing this proposal. I think this is a really, really, really helpful thing that you're doing. And so yeah, I'll share the screen. I'll also share the screen share the proposal as well. And I'm looking forward to collaborating on this for sure. And also, we hadn't announced it yet or mentioned it during Eden+Fractal, but last week there was a donation from Block 1 and Helios working together in partnership for Eden on EOS community, 500,000 EOS. So that's awesome. Thank you, Waxa, for helping to organize that with Helios. And yeah, so I'll share the screen just to show people what it's in, but I would love to hear from other people about what they think about this too. We'll probably break out in breakout rooms in about 5 minutes. Also welcome Evgeny and Elias and Tadas and Vlad. Thanks for joining, and hope you're all doing well. And just really quick, people can check it out in more detail, of course, but maybe I'll just show the screen really quick, but actually I got confused apparently. So here we are. I think you should be able to see now, EdenElections.com. I'll just give a quick overview. This is what Waxa has been building with the community. There's a video that explains Eden well with the upvote process here. It's really well produced, and it explains what is Eden, and it talks about the leadership election events called upvote elections sometimes as well, and why Eden, why start an Eden community and how it's super easy to join. All sorts of really cool stuff that people can dig into the site deeper. Also, you can hear from chief delegates and all sorts of, there's also the blog section. And I think Waxa was saying he's going to start up a section there's for Eden+Fractal, and here's the proposal as well. So I won't go into too much here. I just wanted to share a quick view, but I'd love to hear from other people what people think about this proposal. We could also have this in the breakout room after if Waxa will still be here too, or either way really. But yeah, I just wanted to share that real quick, and looking forward to hear what everybody thinks, and then we'll talk more as well, Waxa, in the future.
So Dan, you know what I'm doing. Does this fit?
the community that I'm building?
Yeah, I think so. So yeah, I think that it might be good for you and Waxa to have a conversation about this, because actually you guys are doing somewhat similar initiatives in organizing like all these different communities that are cooperating with these processes. So I think that it might make sense to have a center of governance section on the Eden community, because it's on the Eden site, but I'm not sure because it's like pretty closely aligned. But it's also, I think it's definitely worthy of discussion. And yeah. And Waxa, if you're not sure, Eric is building a governance center or center for governance in alien worlds. Perhaps Eric can speak a little bit more about it. And I know Lenny was raising his hand too, so I want to hear from Lenny as well, and we'll pick in soon. But yeah, you guys are doing somewhat similar initiatives that are both really exciting. So I think there's lots of room for collaboration.
Waxa, are you on Telegram?
Yes.
Good that you're on Telegram.
Yeah, that'd be great to connect. I think it's of interest to Eden as well to work alongside Alien World, provide a civil resistant community. So that'd be great. I think that'd be a good use case for the whitelisting service.
Well, I'm also building with a nonprofit, creating a fractal for a nonprofit. And these are, of course, people that don't understand any of this stuff. And so we need to shield them from the harsh realities for when they start. And hopefully we'll recruit some people that'll go deep. But
amazing. That's brilliant.
Some of these people get upset when I talk about having to meet on Zoom. That's like, oh my God, that's too much technology. So that's where I'm starting from.
Yeah. Well, I'm Chris Barnes always likes to say you can play Eden process with a deck of cards. So yeah, there's ways around it, I'm sure.
Yes.
And by the way, my Telegram is just my last name.
Brilliant. I'll add you. Are you in the members group?
I don't think
Eden
so.
members? I'm not sure if if Eric is a member of Eden on EOS. Are you? The elections? But I suppose we can figure that out later. I also wanted to, we're at 16 UTC, so we should get started momentarily. But two things I wanted to say. One, Waxa, I think you mentioned before, but I just wanted to reiterate it, make it clear that the EdenElections.com, as you explained it to me, can also be a great place for writers who are writing about Eden+Fractal things to post things for both the Eden community and for the wider community too. So there's a lot of great writers here. Like I know Tadas has been writing some really great stuff on Hive and elsewhere. And so if anybody's interested in posting on the Eden election site, then that can be a great way to amplify it and help spread it with the community as well. And then also, I see Waxa is explaining, so I'd love to hear back from you, Waxa, and also I wanted to hear from Lenny as well, if you want to share anything as well before we start.
Okay,
yeah, that's great. Lenny, please you go first, and I'll respond to Dan.
Okay, very short, very short. Three things. First of all, I told some people 1600 when they asked, stupid, you should always say 15:30, come in for earlier. So it's good if we can stretch it another few minutes just in case. Another thing, governance. Governance applies everywhere, one way or the other. Doesn't matter if it's fractal or not. So it's still, and Eden definitely, Waxa, beautiful work so far. I like it. I mean, I follow the CDs all the time, and it's looking very good this term, I must say, what's coming into it now in the end. And your work is good. And what you mentioned now, I didn't even pick that up on a quick dive. I love it. It's really good. I'm going to take a closer dive. Might be not a home, but I might throw some of the recaps into there too. Thanks.
Perfect. Actually, yeah, that'd be brilliant. Thank you very much for your kind words. Thank you. In response to what you were saying, Dan, I can't remember what you asked fully. Oh, with regards to blogs. So if anyone has any content that they'd like to go on the website, at the moment, if you send me a direct message on Telegram or wherever you can find me, I'll make sure I upload your content that way. In the future, I'm hoping to have built into the web page for Eden+Fractal a separate section, which includes a blog, which is exclusive to your community. So then you can communicate, but then also it allows other communities to explore your content as well. So it will get shared to the general blog, if you wish it to be shared that way as well. So yeah, any communications like that, just let me know.
Awesome. Well, yeah, that sounds super helpful. And thank you so much, Waxa. And thank you, Lenny, for sharing this great thoughts as well. I suppose we should get started just to respect everybody's time. And Lenny, I agree. In the future, it's best to probably tell people to come early at 11:30 or at 15:30 or whatever. But yeah, hopefully people can join. We'll have 2 breakout rooms, and then we'll do 2 rooms of 5. And then if other people join, then actually, yeah, if other people join, then they can join in as well. So if anybody has any questions before or any thoughts before, then you can share quickly. I know Yucel is here for, it's been a while since you've been here, so I think you're familiar with the tool, but feel free to ask if you have any questions. And yeah, hope everybody has a great time. And starting the breakout rooms now. Hey, everyone.
Hey,
Great to see you.
everyone.
How's everyone doing?
Still fine, thank you.
Nice. Cool. So would anybody like to share some thoughts or share some contributions first? Or would anybody like to volunteer to help host or moderate discussion? I'm happy to do so as well, but if anybody wants to do so, then that would be cool too.
Nothing specific to share today. I don't think so.
Okay, cool. Maybe you'd like to kick us off with some contributions, Charles?
Yeah, sure. On the Eden+Fractal side, nothing specific since 2 weeks ago. But still, work is continuing out of EOS Support, as always. That's my full-time job every day of the week. So we're building this week collaboration and partnership with other companies outside of the EOS ecosystem. That was always the goal, to reach out further than our community. So yeah, we're building some contests and in collaboration with our companies that provide nodes and things to developers, like so. Still doing the translations for the articles and all the work, as always, for your support. Nothing specific on that side. It's same old, same old. Work is doing well. We're still building a second version for our website and doing many more things. For the EOS community, the next EOS Respect elections should be on December 27th. So a week from now. A bit more. And that is all on my end, I think. If anything comes up, I'll cover it later. And for the next one, you can go ahead, Eric.
Okay, well, my goal in everything is to put Eden into practice. So that's my whole focus, is let's bring it out to the real world and do it. So there's 2 efforts. That one is putting it in the gaming world. So Dan and I worked on building the website for the proposed website framework for the Center for Governance. It's going in the Alien Worlds Federation planet of Ike, and we're busy putting the Eden office in there. So now we need to figure out what that Eden office is and who's in charge of it. We've got Dan right now is the tentative director of media. Director of Media Communications for the Center for Governance, and I'm doing education. But we've got offices for all the planetary counselors and things like that, and interplanetary council. And so we need to figure out, who's going to take charge of the Eden office there. Might be Dan, I don't know. We haven't decided yet, but that's the actual Eden presence within Alien Worlds on there. So we move forward on that. The other thing is I'm trying to bring Eden into the Fallbrook Art Association in coordination, working with other art associates. We've got other artists that want to play. And so I've been playing with the leadership for a while and getting approval. And so this week we moved from leadership to doing. So we have the representative there that's working with me to actually build this stuff and get the group going in mid to late January. So we're actually creating that. The second thing is I'm getting help from an expert on nonprofits. And I've just asked permission for her to be my doctoral committee chair. So hopefully get that approved. But I went over the paper that I've shared with some people like Dan on this whole thing. So I went over that paper with her, and we've agreed that when I do my final doctoral class in January, that's what we're going to work on for the classes. The last part of that, which is where we're moving in now, is actually how are we going to measure this thing so we could say whether it works or not. What does success look like? So we could say whether the attempt to do this for real is something good that we can publish. And my main reason for doing this is to get a use case. When people say, well, how do I know this works? We say, well, look at this group and it's great. No, we can say, look what this did for this group. So figuring out what that is a big thing. On Monday, we do a Metaversal Monday live stream. If anybody wants to be on that or has ideas for topics. This time we talked about building a center for governance on the Metaversal Monday live cast. So that's pretty much what I'm doing, is working pretty strongly with the organization and making progress, working with the university, making progress, working with Alien Worlds and making progress. So it's pretty much slow, steady progress every week. But I'm sure Evgeny will tell us more exciting things than that.
Thank you, Eric. I not made something for Eden+Fractal on this week, and I have not been very active in my Telegram channel this week. I made only 4 posts. I translated 5 articles for EOS Support, and but I met the founder of a new for me EOS wallet. Maybe you know Tribe wallet. I never heard about it. I will show you. When I saw this wallet, I was surprised because I think it looks very good, and I tried to find a team of this wallet, and I met with the founder of this project, and we I don't know meeting. We start discussing, and I asked what he know about funding program in EOS network, and he said that their team is working on this wallet a long time ago, but they don't know anything about EOS ecosystem. And I started to tell about Pomelo grants and about ENF, ENV, and Helios funds, and he was very interested in it. And I told him about working group Wallet Plus, and he was very excited, and he said me that he is very interesting, and we meet on next week again, and maybe he will ask me to help him to make communication between EOS community and their team. I think if we invite this team to EOS network, it maybe will a good contribution to EOS network. And founder of Tribe team is Russian speaking. His name is Evgeny. My name is Evgeny in Russian. Sorry, I can't repeat how you pronounce my name. His name is the same. So I was very glad, because when I promised on EOS Respect to support EOS project from Russian community, I was surprised that there is no any grants, only Vlad's project CETF, and Alcor, but Alcor did not make their grants. So I think it's very interesting if we invite a new team. And one more thing, I told you about a big Russian community, Paycash. It's a community with 8,000 people. It's very big for Russian, because in main chat about EOS in Russian speaking Telegram, only 1,000 people, and there is 8,000. And I tried to make communication with them a long time ago. They have their isolated ecosystem. Their smart contract is working on EOS, but they use their own wallet. And when I asked this community to support my grant on Pomelo, I was surprised, because no one from a lot of people, I think there is maybe tens, I don't know, maybe 100, I think tens active people who always spoken about EOS, about crypto, and no one from them have no Anchor wallet. And I was very surprised, because they work in EOS ecosystems and don't work with Anchor wallet, for example. So I show them EOS support links about Anchor, and invite their team to ENF and to working group too. That's all. Sorry for my long speech. Let next be Dan, I think.
Sounds good. And
Dan, thank you very much for your donation, and you noticed me in your video. It was very interesting.
oh, yeah, you're very welcome. I was very happy to support your grant, and also no problem about the longer speech. It's really fascinating to hear everything you're doing, and it wasn't that long, and you're doing a lot of really cool work. So I was happy to support it, and I'm happy to continue supporting it. And I really appreciate you joining us and sharing all these things that you're doing with the videos and reaching out to this wallet. I didn't know about the wallet, Try Wallet and Telegram. So thank you very much. I'll also share in the chat too a link in case people aren't familiar. That's Evgeny's, and sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name continually. But yeah, I just said that in case anybody isn't familiar with Evgeny's work and wants to support or just learn more about the work. But anyway, I'll give my presentation now without much further ado.
Hello, I want to talk about. As you know, then I was joining the first Eden Fractal meetings on June and July. And about 4 months later, I joined again. As you know, our channel is growing day by day. I'm posting it in the message. EOS Turkey YouTube channel, and we are introducing the EOS to Turkish community. And our community is growing day by day, and we think we want to consist of Telegram, Discord. Also, we have Twitter and YouTube. We will add these, and also we think create a website following days or months. In here, if you watch our channel about I want to give your feedbacks, and I want to hear your thoughts about our channel. A lot of here is it is the most active channel in EOS community. Some of you know it. So before in these days we are talking about EOS support. We started to give information about EOS support, and also we give information. We gave information about different bugs or EOS ecosystem. So because in here Turkish people don't know how to learn about EOS. There is lack of information about EOS. So here our channel is starting for people to know EOS, and also I'm joining the Fractal because it's very great community. They are doing great things, and I want to understand. I am trying to understand its contents. It's so hard for us because I'm not developer or say, just we are marketing. We are doing marketing in Turkey. So thank you very much. Also then for your donating, thank you. Also EOS Support donated us. Thanks for your support us. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Yucel. Thank you for joining again. It's a pleasure to see you or to hear you again. It'd be great to see you at some point too. I don't know if we've ever seen you, but thank you again for joining and sharing your work with the EOS Turkey community and the EOS Turkey YouTube channel. You're also the first person to join today too, and we had a great conversation at the beginning. So I appreciate that. And yeah, it looks like what you're doing with EOS Turkey is really cool. So I was happy to support your grant and happy to promote your work as well. I also shared in the chat too. I don't know if you did that already, but if people want to learn more about it, in addition to the YouTube link, and I'll also just make a note. Something I mentioned to you, Joe, before was that I was speaking with Jesse from the Bees, and Jesse was saying how EOS Turkey is one of the largest EOS communities, like right behind English and Chinese and Korean and maybe Spanish. So you guys are doing great work promoting it, and the YouTube channel looks like it's doing really well. So thank you very much for joining and sharing all that, Yucel.
Thank you.
I'd also just like to put a general note. I've been trying to encourage people to do this. I mean, it's up to everybody to do it however you want. But I think that this is a great opportunity to also share to also show your work too. So I know like Charles is a wizard sharing a screen on the giveaway show, and so everybody has the opportunity, if you want to ever show your Pomelo grant or show your YouTube channel and share your screen, then that's cool and welcome. And if you guys want to do it later after my presentation for anything we didn't see, then that's cool. Or in future meetings, I think every meeting is a opportunity to show your work, and that can make it more engaging and visually understandable for people. But I'll get in my presentation in a moment. But first, hey, Andrew, thanks for joining.
Hey, thanks for bringing me in. I was planning on just kind of hanging out in the breakout room until you guys were done, but I'm glad to join room 2.
Sounds good.
Feels like a good room. I like the vibes in here.
We do have a good room. You picked the right one, even though it was the only room that was available. Yeah. And fortunately, there was only 5 people in this room, so we could bring you in. Happy to bring you in. I suppose we could bring you in if there were 6, and you could just chill for 7. But as luck would have it, here you are, and you can also show your contributions and get respect and so forth too. So yeah, really appreciate everything you're doing, Andrew. And I was going to share my presentation, share what I'm doing. But if you want to go first, then all right, I'll go first, and then you go after me.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, cool. Sounds good. So I think I might do this in an interesting way. As I was discussing before about trying to do cool videos and stuff like that, I did a live stream yesterday where I had some different visuals, so maybe I'll turn that on. And then also something I did yesterday was I put in some music. Also, Lisa Chandler just joined. So I'll bring Lisa into our room, or I'll invite her into our room rather, and then we can figure out because that's 7 and we can only do 6 people for respect. So we'll have to figure it out afterwards, but I'll invite her here so we can discuss with Lisa. Lisa's awesome. And yeah, so something I figured out how to do yesterday, which is a pretty simple thing, but I like it. And I think maybe it could be a cool thing to do at these Fractal events is have some music too. So I don't know if you guys can hear the music. Oh, it's probably too loud. Can you guys hear it? No?
I'm not hearing the music, no.
Not
it might
hearing the
be
music.
in the upper left-hand corner of Zoom where it says original sound. I don't know
Okay.
if that's on there.
All right, maybe I'll try the music at different times then. I'll have to get the technical. I had a little cool thing going in the background. Hey, Lisa, welcome. Great seeing you. You're muted, by the way. I don't know if you're trying to say something.
Yeah, Dan,
Okay.
did you know that you can also broadcast voice to all the breakout rooms now?
I saw that feature. I've never tried it, so I don't know exactly how it works or
You
so
just
forth.
hear
But
this voice, and I'm going, how can they talk? They're not in the room. You used to have to go to the room if you wanted to tell the room. So you could say, this is the voice of God. You're all doing great work. And it would go in all the breakout rooms simultaneously.
Right. Well, I'll have to have some fun with that, and maybe I'll put on. If I do that, I'll probably put extra reverb on too, just so it has some extra fun. Hello, the time is coming up soon.
This is the metaverse speaking.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So having fun with it. I'll get into my presentation now unless anybody has any other comments. Man, that music would have been pretty neat. But anyway, I'll move on with it. I'll share a bit of what I'm doing this week. So this week, I launched a couple new shows. I had a really busy week and not nearly as much sleep as I normally have and like to have, but I'm looking forward to sleeping more next week. So I launched one show called the Fractal Apple, and so this is a new show. It's a musical live show. It's about collaboration, creativity, and a bunch of stuff we're doing with Eden and Eden+Fractal. So I'm going to be covering the news each week, sort of similar to how Charles Bishop does it, but also adding in some music and having fun with it as well, and more focus on Eden, I think. But there's lots of stuff here. So there's edencreators.com/Apple, where I have a little table of contents I've been updating. I did 2 episodes this week. So I did the first episode on Sunday, right before the town hall, and I announced both the new shows, and then I also talked about my plans to donate to 500 EOS, and I streamed for like 40 minutes. It was a little hectic. And then also I did another one just yesterday where I donated the 500 EOS to a bunch of projects on Pomelo. I live streamed for like 2 hours and I talked about a bunch of projects and promoted it. And I also put a lot of work into the production. So I kind of started out with like being like a Santa vibe. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but yeah, I guess you guys probably can't, but that was fun. So you guys can watch the full video on the Eden Creators YouTube channel. I also put out some tweets to announce it as well, where you can learn more. And I'm really excited about the show overall. I also promoted at the pitch deck session. There's more details there. And then once again, that's on the YouTube channel as well as Twitter and stuff like that. I'm starting to up the streaming game, which I'm really excited about. And this one was also really fun too. I introduced a Fractal Apple song and also a Pomelo song. Maybe we can collaborate with that at some point, Andrew, or if anybody else is a musician here, that would be cool too. But these shows are all on the Eden Creators YouTube channel, and I had a lot of fun with them. So many different things I could show you with them, but I'll just leave it at that for now. I also, as I said, I gave the 500 EOS to a bunch of different, I supported, I think, 79 grants yesterday. So that was really cool to support a bunch of people on Pomelo, and then also live stream about it and speak a little bit about each grant and what they're doing. So you can check out there to see it. I was very happy to support the Polaris music graph that Andrew Ware's building. I think that's an amazing project that you're building. I'm super stoked about it. So thank you for that, Andrew. And thank you also, Yucel and Evgeny and everybody else. I also released another thing. I released another show this week. So it's called Creator Talk. And I'm also really excited about this one. Maybe I'll go back to the stars because right now this is just kind of confusing having so many different things in the background. But yeah, I released the Creator Talk, which is a new podcast that I'm doing with I'm going to be doing interviews with amazing creators about creativity and collaboration more. And over the past few weeks or past 12 months, I've put a lot of work into just making really cool visuals here. And so we have a cosmic surfer dude surfing the cosmic waves, and he's having fun. He's about to do a flip. And then I did the first episode I recorded 8 weeks ago with Tadas about the Eden+Fractal process that we're doing here, where we elect delegates at the same time as allocating respect. So Tadas is amazing. And he shared some really super interesting ideas, and I put a lot of work into adding a conversation. There's a little about section here. Thank you, Lisa, by the way. I see the little clap signal, so I appreciate it. And so I wrote a little bit about it here, and then I did a little intro video too. So for this, I did the interview, and then I put a lot of work into making the visuals cool, and then I also got on screen and like introduced it. I'm trying to make it accessible for a general audience as well as the EOS community to share this really helpful innovation with Eden+Fractal. And I also produced or I made the websites like edencreators.com/plus, where you can learn more about Eden+Fractal. And so I talked about it and showed how this works and how it's helpful and stuff like that. So this has been a project I've been working on for the past couple months and finally released it. So I was very happy to do that. And there's also a page here that has lots of show notes for the full experience with Tadas. So there's a full show preview. I wrote a note about it. I wrote about Tadas. I wrote about Eden+Fractal, put related media and so forth. So there's a lot here that I'm really excited about, and people can check it out at creatortalk.show. Also included some other interviews and so forth. But yeah, there's so much here and I'm really excited about, but I'll move on. I put out a tweet using a swarm too with the bees. So I ordered a swarm for the first time, and there was a lot of great engagement, but I put out a thread basically explaining this and introducing it, and then sharing it a bunch of places to help spread the word about Eden+Fractal and Tadas and Creator Talk Show, and also help promote Tadas's Pomelo grant and the Creator Talk Show Pomelo grant, which I just got approved at the last minute last week. It's been a busy week, as I said before, but there's that. I announced at the same time as the creator, as the Fractal Apple, so it's been a busy week. And then I did an interview with Jimmy D about Eden Creators Grant. Jimmy D is awesome, and I'm a huge fan of his, so it was really cool meeting him for the first time. And we had a great discussion and shared that in chats. I also participated in the Eden Fractal brainstorming session that Patrick hosted and I co-hosted yesterday, and that video will be coming soon. We discussed a proposal that Tadas created that's based on the Vlalendas proposal, but expands upon it and assigns creates a protocol for moderation, basically, which I think is really helpful. So we discussed that for like 2 or 3 hours yesterday. It was really interesting. So maybe we'll vote on that today or discuss it later today, I think. But that's really interesting. So we discussed that. I got into details with that. And then I'm almost at time, so I'll wrap it up in about 20 seconds. But I also did the creator talk, or I spoke about the creator talk and made this tweet at the Pomelo pitch session yesterday, and also encouraged some other speakers to join. And I joined the Telos Culture Pomelo pitch session. I spoke a lot about Eden and encouraged them to join. It was really cool. Telos Culture is doing really cool work in Telos. They have an amazing website with a lot of great designers and so forth. So it was really cool to meet the Telos Culture team, and I'm going to collaborate with them more. I also produced my presentation from last week, and I'm still working on the full video from Eden+Fractal for last week. And then I also spoke about this on the EOS Fireside Chat and put out a very big message responding to Matt Langston in the Fractally chat and sharing some of the recent stuff we've been doing here. But that's it, though. I'll wrap it up there. Sorry for going a little bit long. Hope that you're enjoying your time with your cat there, and happy to answer any questions. But I suppose I can pass it on to Andrew now.
And don't forget, you also worked on the Center for Governance website.
Yes, sorry, I forgot to mention it. It's been a busy week, as I said, but we met for a while on Saturday at the meeting you hosted. So thank you very much for hosting that, Eric. And it was a pleasure working with you there. And yeah, I think that's a really valuable contribution as well. So thank you for reminding me.
She's got some FaceTime there. You have no idea. I gotta close the door all the time, otherwise he just always jumps out. There we go. So I guess I can just talk about what I've been working on for the past week or so. Oh, he's back. He just jumped off. So I have been working primarily on the Spyglass project, which is essentially a way to view lost transactions. And so a lot of my time has been devoted to that, as well as I also write stuff for like the weekly report, that kind of thing. So been working on that kind of stuff, which is what my normal job is. In terms of stuff for EOS and Eden, aside from that, I have been participating in the discussions, trying to be as level-headed and neutral as I can, which I think is an important thing when, especially in not in-person conversations. It's very easy for those to get heated, and so I felt like I'd kind of helped maybe guide the conversation in a less antagonistic direction, hopefully. But yeah, aside from those things, I don't think I have anything specific to share for the Eden+Fractal. And I'm not sure who else has gone already, but
everybody but Lisa.
Okay, cool.
I have a question. So thank you very much, Andrew. I have a question. Pascal just joined. I guess I'll assign Pascal to this room so we can have a big, have lots of fun with everybody here and figure it out. I could assign it to the other room too, but I guess it's better to have everybody here because the other room's filled too. So,
Andrew, let's hang out next week.
Yeah, sure. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Wasn't sure if I was muted or not.
I don't have class, so.
Oh, I actually have a show. If you want to go to the Poorhouse on Friday, I have a show there with my band, American Bear.
Awesome. I like the name American Bear, and if I was over there, I would go check it out and definitely listen. That sounds awesome. And I've heard that there's a great music scene there as well. I'm a big fan of Jason Mraz, who's talked about it a lot.
Oh, nice. I laser cut a sign for his farm. For random.
Oh, cool. Yeah, he does awesome live streams, and I remember he did some funny like infomercial commercials during it about his avocado farm and all things. So that's super cool. I'd be curious to learn more about that sign at some point.
I just put in a machine press go. Nothing too wild.
Also, I wanted to ask Andrew. So you're the one writing the weekly reports for the ENF?
I'm the one writing the Everything EOS weekly reports.
Everything yes, all right. I have a small change request, if you can mark it down. We changed the time for the giveaway show of EOS Support from 4 p.m. UTC to 5 p.m. UTC. We had an hour saving time change here in France, so we changed it. It's 5 p.m. now. Thank you.
That's UTC.
That's UTC, 5 p.m. UTC.
Cool, for sure.
Thanks.
Yeah. Charles, the giveaway show has a office in the Center for Governance Communication under Dan, just so you know. We put that in on Saturday also. So you've got an office. You've got an office in the Alien Worlds Federation planet of Ike.
Oh, thanks. I got to drop in some time then.
Yeah, we're setting it up. We're building it now. So
very nice. I discovered that right away. So also, I wanted to add that I haven't mentioned this in the weekly contributions because I haven't been able to work on it. But one of the main reasons I joined the EOS community in the first place was my newfound passion for fractal governance. And we're still actively working to bring in fractal governance to all types of governments and elections here in France. So I translated the Morical Animals book, still have to edit it formally, still have to do the audiobook whenever I have the time. And we're actively working, and I've started creating the democracyfractal.fr website to display how fractal governance works and everything. So we're still working hard on that. Haven't been able to do too much work on it lately, but still hard on it. It's still my first priority ever.
Sounds great. Well, yeah, thanks so much for adding that, Charles. And thanks for your continued advocacy and promotion of both EOS and then fractal democracy. I love your enthusiasm for it, and I'm completely aligned. Also, welcome Pascal too. Thanks for joining.
Welcome everyone.
So yeah, so Pascal and Lisa, I don't know if we explained it to you, Lisa. I think it might be obvious, but both the rooms were full. We had 6 people in each of them. So I figured maybe we'd all meet up here in one room. I don't know how we should do it. If just the first 6 people already shared their contributions. So it might make sense if the first 6 people participate in consensus. But if Pascal or Lisa, you want to share what you've been working on, or just say hello and share some thoughts, then that would be cool too. And of course, as a community, we can figure this out too. So if Pascal and Lisa do want to participate in consensus, then we could see if that's a possibility or something like that. But I don't know what the best way to do it is. I guess I'm just brainstorming here. But anyway, I just want to say welcome and just explain the situation.
Thanks. I've been at the vet for a couple weeks, so definitely don't count me. I just, missed y'all, so I wanted to say hello.
Cool. Well, thanks for joining in. Thanks for saying hello, and hope you've been enjoying your time.
See you anyways. Yeah.
Yeah. Hi Dan. Hi everyone. So I just wanted to come in today again and show my support to this project that we started, Dan, the Eden+Fractal. I really want us to continue this project we started at Fractal. So what I've been doing this for the past 2 weeks, I've been continuing research on how to deploy fractal governance on Hive blockchain, which is perfect for what we were doing in Fractal. So at this point, I've already come up with a broader idea how the social part will work, the blockchain, the social media part will work. I'm still working on the token distribution. For those who know how Hive works, it's a blogging platform that reward content producer. So my project you're gonna use the second the layer 2 of Hive, which is Hive engine with smart contracts. So the delegation smart contract have been deployed already. The staking part of it's already done. I'm now thinking how to distribute the token, how the community can help me distribute this token, especially the staking part of the token, which is like the power that gives you to distribute the token. So I'm gonna surely need support of the member of the Eden, because one of my passion, as Charles also says, how can we give power to those who produce content, content production. So if the Eden community, the EOS community, those who are producing content there can help me distribute distribute the power to those who produce content, it will make it grows in terms of the distribution. So I'm still working on it, but I would keep it very simple in terms of the first year, it's gonna be like, okay, I have this public-private model distribution. So it's a private token, but the public part is the member of the communities that will help me distribute it to the community. So most of the content will be around Bitcoin, EOS, and tourism. So I approached some people that are interested in tourism, and then they write content about how tourism's they want to bring tourists in their local city here, and they can reward them with this token if they write about tourism in their local city, like keep it local. So it's the topic that's the platform will be indexing and then rewarding with the likes, the comments, the staking. So basically that's it. Yes.
Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing, Pascal. So I had two quick questions. One, you were saying, I think you're saying tourism, but at first I thought you were saying Taoism. Are you saying tourism?
Yeah, tourism.
Okay. Okay, cool. Sounds good. And then secondly,
the subject, yeah.
Yes. Is this, I don't know if you mentioned it, but is this the same or an extension of the ThiagoRe project that we were talking about, or is it a different thing?
It's the same. It's
okay.
ThiagoRe.
Okay.
Yeah. It's
okay,
a
cool.
blogging platform, yeah.
Cool, that's what I thought. I just wanted to make sure because I didn't hear you say it by name. I wasn't sure if it was the exact same thing. But yeah, thank you very much for sharing. That sounds awesome. So I really appreciate you joining and sharing that, Pascal. I'd be curious if anybody has any other thoughts about it. I could ask a lot. I'll also share some links too in case people aren't familiar with it yet.
Thanks. Yeah, thanks, Dan. That's the link.
Yep. You're welcome, of course, Pascal, and thanks so much for your work, and then also your support too. I really appreciate your support with Eden+Fractal, and yeah, I'm really stoked about all the things that we're doing here together, and that everybody's doing on their initiative. We have 8 people doing amazing work in this group, and 6 people in the other group. So people are like a bunch of amazing builders here. So thank you so much, Pascal.
Thanks.
Does anybody have any questions or thoughts for anybody? We have about 20 minutes or so to do both consensus of respect and consensus of delegate. And yeah, does anybody have any thoughts before we go into it, or should we proceed?
I'm all for proceeding. I got to jump on another meeting as soon as we've finished.
Okay. Sounds good. I'm all for proceeding as well. So put level 6 in the chat. And is everybody ready to submit your vote for who you think deserves level 6 this week? If so, then I suppose a thumbs up might be helpful to signal. Okay, and 3, 2, 1, and go. Okay, so Eric, you privately messaged me, but Eric, you messaged Dan. So
All right.
I would not be voting since I don't have I was late, so I didn't get what people are working on. So I would just I would not be voting. It's a personal choice.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you, Pascal. And I saw
In that
Evgeny.
case, I may want to remove my vote as well. I was also late, so I didn't get to see what Eric and Charles presented. Or I think the tail end of Charles's.
Yes, the ones voting will be only Erika, Charles, Dan, Evgeny, and Yucel.
Well, I would say it probably makes sense for Andrew to participate because Andrew's here for most of it, and
Andrew, yes.
it's better to have 6 people participating to get respect than 5, I would say. So if you want to ask any quick questions, Andrew, or if you want to just use your imagination and judge upon previous work too, then that could be helpful.
Yeah, I'll think about previous work and I'll also listen to the opinions of other people in here.
Cool.
And she's gonna.
Sounds good. So, I'm sorry to interrupt you. Oh, you don't get the cat again. Oh, okay, cool. So I'm a bit confused by it. So I have 2 votes. Charles has 1. Evgeny voted for. I'm confused. Evgeny, you wrote Yucel for Dan, but did
Yucel, he's write me in direct message because he forget to switch, I think.
Oh, sorry. Okay, I'm writing again.
Okay.
All right.
Yes, I think Dan is, as always, great, biggest job. I vote for Pascal because I think he is a developer, and I think maybe in this time I decided
more
to
of those,
support developer. Yes, so
definitely.
but I know that if no. I think Dan is a good choice as always.
And we have consensus on that.
Okay, cool.
Level
Thank
5
you.
then.
Appreciate it. Sounds good. Is everybody ready for level 5?
Ready.
3, 2, 1, and go.
Oh, no.
Okay, and I see 3 for Charles, 1 for Evgeny, and 1 for Eric, and that means I guess somebody did. Oh, actually, no, there's 2 for Eric. 2 for Eric, 1 for Evgeny, or Evgeny, and 3 for Charles. And Charles voted for Eric. Eric voted for Evgeny, and Evgeny voted for Charles. Would anybody like to share some thoughts?
I'm happy with Charles too. It was pretty close for me.
Okay, thank you, Eric. Didn't expect that one. All right, well, thank you. Let's go for level 4 then.
I have a question. As I understand, right, that Pascal is participating too, because no. So we don't.
I'm not I'm not evaluating because I didn't hear everybody contributions. But since people hear my contribution, I think people can say, okay, I vote because since it's like the other way is not it's a two-way, but if you hear my contribution and then you hear the other one, you can my understanding you can.
Yeah, his insights are always welcomed, but we were already 6 when he joined.
Although, yeah, I'm not sure what the best way to do it is because so the smart contract only technically allows 6 people to earn respect. That's the way it works. So there's I guess Lisa said that she wasn't participating at all because she's at the vet and stuff, I think. But then so there's 6 people who are here before Pascal. Pascal shared contributions, which I want to respect and I greatly appreciate and are awesome. But also at the same time, I want to respect people who were there early. And if somebody was there from the beginning, then maybe it doesn't feel right if they don't get respect when they were there too. So I don't know what the best way to handle it is. Do you think we should just go and include Pascal in it and just see where it lies? Or do you think that it makes most sense to just go by whoever was here first? The first 6 people are included to be able to get voted on. Does anybody have any thoughts about this?
I would say the first 6.
Yes.
First 6, just because I don't see how we can include another one, technically. I would be very happy to do it, but don't know how we could.
Yeah, And also respecting people's time is important. So if I have to chip in my, I will respect those that came on time, to keep the process, like respect people's time, so I wouldn't mind. But it's a consensus. And if we are we have 6 positions, so I don't mind taking the last one.
Okay, cool. Well, yeah, there is 7. Okay,
7? Okay.
There's 8 technically, but I think Lisa abstained or something like that, if I'm correct. And then other than that, it's me, Andrew, Charles, Eric, Yucel, and Evgeny. We're all here first, and then Lisa joined, and then Pascal. So I mean, hypothetically, I guess it could work in the future if you have larger groups where some people don't get respect. But I think it's maybe fair, as you were saying, to just respect people based upon the time that they joined.
Yeah.
I regret it a bit because you're doing amazing work, and I really want to show respect for that. But I guess I could just show it in this way, and then also in the future meetings, I can give you more respect when you're in next week and stuff like that. Is that cool with you, Pascal?
100%. 100%. The first 6 I'll go with, yeah.
Okay. All right, let's go for 4 then. Ready?
Okay. Sounds good. Okay, 3, 2, 1, and go.
We have 3 for Eric.
And
Charles has already been voted a Yucel. Thank you. Can vote for another one.
So yeah, there's 3 for Eric and 1 for Evgeny. And Yucel, would you like to change your vote to somebody else other than Charles?
Okay, I'm changing.
Jenny.
Okay.
Jenny and 3 for Eric. Still a majority for Eric. Someone wants to add something.
So where's that, Charles, right now? How much does Eric have and how much does Evgeny have? And
3 votes for
Yucel
Eric
as well?
and 2 for Evgeny.
Okay,
I just saw the Yucel channel, and I think it's great. A lot of videos and a lot of watchers, and it's on very young channel, only 2 months, only 1 month, and I think it's great work.
Yeah, already 300.
No, just we are working for long 1 year, about 1 year.
Oh,
not just one.
Maybe. Yes.
Yeah, I'll add a bit of why I voted for Eric. So Eric, as mentioned before, he's been hosting the Fractal meetings on Saturday, and he's also doing really cool stuff. A lot of it hasn't been shared yet, but with the Center for Governance, it's really cool. And Eric is being a great leader for Fractal Governance in the Alien World and EOS community. So I appreciate that a lot. I also really appreciate what Yucel is doing too, as well as Evgeny. And also Andrew too. So it's a difficult decision all around. Yeah, I guess maybe I'll leave it there. But yeah, I'll leave it there for now.
Yeah, that was my reasoning as well. Yeah, well, we still have a majority for Eric, so if anyone wants to add something else. And
I'll also just add too, I think I said before, and I don't mean to be pushing anything, and it's up to you. There's no rules against it or anything like that, but it is like, I feel like it's easier and makes more sense to vote for people when I can see them higher. So like that's something that weighs into my account when people are on camera a little bit. So I really appreciate what Yucel's doing, as you mentioned with as Evgeny mentioned, with the EOS Turkey YouTube channel. But I get to see Eric, and I speak with him all the time face to face, and so the eye contact and so forth is nice, and I can see it. And so I would appreciate at some point if you want to join on camera, Yucel, although I understand if you can't as well.
Can I refuse from level 4 to Eric, because I think I not do as much. I think it's no problem, and for continue our work, I think it's good if Eric will be the first.
Okay. Good. Well, let's go for Aerocon 4 then.
Cool.
Moving on to level
Sounds
3.
good. We only have about 8 minutes left, 7 minutes left, so we should be pretty expedient here. Because we also have to select a delegate too. So is everybody ready for level 3?
Ready, yes.
Okay. 3, 2, 1, and go.
Oh. Right.
Okay.
Changing my vote to Evgeny. Yes, Evgeny, yeah.
Thank you very much.
Still a great work done for the EOS Russian committee, and your Pomelo grant is amazing this time around.
Okay, so that means that Andrew had 1, Evgeny had 2, but now you're changing, so he has 3, and Yucel has 2. So I suppose in the interest of time and also appreciation for Evgeny, I'll also change my vote to Evgeny as well, and that means we have consensus on Evgeny for level 3, I believe.
Congrats, yeah. Let's go for level 2 then.
Okay.
And ready.
Okay.
3,
You
2,
ready? 3, 2, 1, and go.
1. 3, 2, 1.
Thanks, Charles. Okay. Sounds good.
And
And
we
looks like
vote
we have
for Andrew's
consensus.
cat.
What's that usually?
Can we vote for Andrew's cat?
Andrew's cat, yes.
Yes, he's a
Just
star
the tail.
of this meeting.
Just the tail.
Just a thing.
Tail is its
All
own
right.
character.
Good consensus. Let's go for level 1 directly.
Well, that leaves Andrew, right?
Okay. Yes, it does.
And Andrew. Oh, level 1 is Andrew. I don't know how that happens with all the great work he's still doing.
And that's only because Andrew was late.
Nonsense.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's something I should have taken into account and thought about as well.
Yeah, if
And-
everyone can share his account now on the chat, just to be sure. Mine
What,
is
EOS
still
account?
yeah, EOS account, yes. Dan is still Dan, I reckon.
Yes.
Hmm.
Okay, and we have about 5 minutes left to select a delegate, maybe 4 minutes left. So who is interested in being a delegate?
I got it last time, so I'm happy. I'll run, but if nobody is a delegate who wants to be.
Cool. So yeah, I'm in sort of a similar situation. I was delegate last week and then 3 or 4 weeks ago. So I'd be happy to do it. But if anybody else wants to do it, then I'd also be interested to hear from people. I suppose Pascal and Lisa maybe could also be in the running here too, if you're interested as well. Yeah, Andrew, Charles, Evgeny, Yucel, Lisa, Pascal, is anybody interested in being a delegate?
Sorry, I'm not interested.
Oh, yeah, just to provide a brief explanation, because I don't know if you're familiar with this, Yucel. So about 2 months ago, we started a process that was created by Tadas that it's called Eden+Fractal, where during the same breakout room, we do both the fractally process, doing the 1 through 6, and we also elect a delegate, sort of like Eden elections.
Sorry.
And then those delegates serve for, it's no problem at all. It's a new thing. So thank you for joining and learning. I really appreciate it, and no expectation that you would know this previously. But yeah, basically we elect a delegate, and the delegate serves for 4 weeks in the council and can help make community decisions alongside the other council members. And is generally encouraged and much better if the council's members are able to be here for the next 4 weeks, and also to be here for the hour after the breakout rooms to discuss proposals and stuff like that.
I would be willing to go, but I would support Lisa if she wants to go as delegate. So maybe she can. If she wants, I will support her. I will give my vote to her to represent us.
Yeah, I was already elected 2 weeks ago, so no for me. And could you share your EOS account, Yucel, in the chat? Or if you haven't already?
Haven't seen his.
Perfect, thanks.
Okay, I'll also share the spreadsheet too. So there's a spreadsheet that we've been using to figure out who has been delegates. We only have like 2 minutes to decide, so we should do it quickly. But this is where you can see who's been a delegate so far. So I was elected last week, and Bishop and Eric were elected 2 weeks ago, and I was elected 3 weeks ago. So my term 3 weeks ago will end as of next week. So, and everybody else gets a few more weeks. So I know Pascal advocated for Lisa. I haven't heard back from Lisa, and Eric and myself and Charles are maybe interested. We're all open to it, but we're all delegates as well already. Is it something you'd be interested in, Andrew? I know that you closely follow the community and you've been closely following for a long time. But
I just worry my availability isn't enough for me to make it to all 4 as well as the meeting afterwards.
Okay.
That's why I'm sort of hesitating.
Okay, cool. And Pascal, you said that you weren't interested in doing it because you're not in the council right now.
No, I'm interested. Yeah.
Oh,
But,
okay.
if Lisa is interested, I would prefer to, because I've been already. So if she's interested in going as delegate, I will support her. But if she's not, I'm interested.
Okay. Well, yeah, I'd be very supportive of Lisa being delegate too, provided that Lisa be able to attend. I know she hasn't been able to attend some meetings lately. So if Lisa's able to attend and participate in the hour after breakout rooms, then I would definitely support Lisa as well. And then I'd love to hear from Lisa if you're listening. And then if not, then I think Pascal would also be a great choice as well. He's a really great delegate and great thinker.
Otherwise, I'm all for Pascal as well, for delegate.
Thanks.
Okay. I suppose just one quick question for you, Pascal. Are you planning on being here for the next few or 4 weeks? I know in the past 2 weeks or something, or 2 weeks ago, we didn't have enough delegates to be able to pass a proposal. So do you think you'll be able to be here for the next 4 weeks?
Yeah, I guess we will not be meeting during the Christmas time, right? If are we taking a break? Because
I don't know. We haven't thought about that. That's something that we can discuss as the council if we want to take a break. That might be a good idea. But I just looked at the calendar at the events lie on the 21st and 28th. So that's a few days outside of Christmas. So we could do it. I would be happy to do it. But if people don't want to do it because holidays and stuff like that, then we could make a vote in the council. And I suppose if you're a councilor, then you could help make that decision.
Okay.
I'll be here.
We'll discuss, yeah. We will discuss that, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So should we reach consensus on Pascal then? Because we're a little bit over time right now, so we should get going.
Is Pascal saying he won't be here if we go ahead with those meetings?
The next 4 weeks, if we don't have a break time, I will not be able to attend all the 4 meetings. So if I'm going in, I'll be available for the next 2 meetings. And Christmas time, let's say the week between Christmas and New Year, I will not be available. But after the New Year, January, I will be available. So that's what I was like. We can discuss this at the committee, the delegate level, but I will not be available for the next 4 weeks if we don't take a break.
Okay. In that case, I think maybe it's best to vote for Eric because he said he'll be here. And okay. I think Eric, he was a counselor a few weeks ago, so his term is almost exhausted after a week or two. So okay. I think that maybe makes the most sense. What does everybody think?
Good for Eric as well.
It makes sense, yeah.
All for.
Oh, okay, do we have consensus then? I think we have 4 or 5 people who have agreed, so sounds good. Is that cool with you, Evgeny and Yucel? Cool. Good. Okay, great. I'll start closing the breakout room because we went a bit over time. and we'll have 60 seconds. And thanks everybody for the great meeting, and that was fun. And yeah, really appreciate it.
Agreed. Let's see you on the booker room in the main room.
Cool.
Good. Yeah.
Sounds good.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Here we are again. I think I've seen you go before.
I just wish I'd screen captured Andrew with that tail sticking out.
It'll happen again. It's his favorite thing to do. Is jump on the back of my chair and somehow get in the Zoom meeting.
Yeah, I have seen that several times before, and you'll be happy to know, Eric, that I did get that on video, and also for a considerable time while Andrew was talking, I put Andrew in full screen mode
And
so we could
you
see
pinned him.
Andrew and the cat in all of its glory.
Nice.
I look forward to seeing that clip.
Yeah, and there's also yeah, it was a pretty funny moment. Andrew was laughing, so that would be a cool moment to clip at some point, and maybe we can make some memes about Andrew and his cat.
I saw the moment when his head popped up. I know it was this shoulder, I think. Just being a ham. Typical.
Yeah. Quick note, Eric, your account is westrage.gm.
Oh, yes. Sorry. Yeah.
Yes, that's correct. All right, thank you.
I forgot the GM.
Hey, Charles, do you mind? I don't know if you've done it already, but do you mind? It seems like you have the accounts. Do you mind putting that in the Zoom chat so I can copy and paste it?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you. And welcome back, everybody, from room 1. Hope you all had a great time. Excellent. Great to see you, Elias. Yeah, so I don't know if Waxa is still here. Yeah, so prior to the meeting, when Waxa introduced the Eden elections site and his proposal for the Eden+Fractal community, where Eden+Fractal community members can reach out to Waxa and post on the Eden elections site. So I'll share some links again for anybody who missed it. You can watch the video after it comes out later this week to learn more about that if you want. And there's some proposals that we discussed with Tadas and Vlad and Patrick that we'll probably discuss in a little bit, I think. But first I'll pass it on to Lenny, who has his hands raised.
I just want to apologize. There was a question, when does the meeting start? I said 1600 UTC, but that's of course a breakout main meeting, not the start of a video. So need to be here a little bit earlier than that. Just I see Lisa here late. She was in another room, I guess. Thanks.
Thank you, Lenny. Well, yeah, thank you for inviting Lisa too. No, we ended up having 8 people in our room because Pascal and Lisa both joined a bit late. So we had a little bit of a bigger party than normal, and we had a fun time. Thank you, Charles, for writing that. Yeah, if anybody has any other thoughts, then feel free to share, I suppose, but we can get into the discussion about Tadas's recent proposal. I think that Vlad just shared it or actually no, Vlad just shared the Eden+Fractal delegates, and Vlad said that all the delegates are present, so that's cool. We can pass proposals. And yeah, I don't know if anybody else has any other things you want to discuss, but I think a great thing to discuss right now and a top priority for the community is this system of organizing topics and organizing how we operate this kind of community room. So yesterday, we had a brainstorming session with Patrick, Tadas, and Vlad and myself. Thank you once again, Patrick, for hosting those. They've been super helpful. And thanks to Tadas and Vlad, or Vladas, as we accidentally called it yesterday, for the work on the great proposal. Vlad worked on the proposal last week and he shared it. And then Tadas took that proposal in mind and the previous work with Vlalendas, and also Matthias's feedback about moderation. And he built up a really interesting and I think really helpful proposal for both basically organizing topics and then also for setting a protocol for how a moderator can help moderate discussions along with the Eden+Fractal Council. So I see Lenny has his hands up again. I'll pass on to Lenny again. And then if Tadas or Vlad or anybody? Oh, okay. Your hand is raised in the Zoom thing. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. But anybody, feel free to I'll raise your hand and share some thoughts, of course. And then I suppose it would be great if Tadas, maybe you'd like to share the proposal that you worked on yesterday and that we discussed and provide an introduction for everybody.
Yeah, sure, I can do that. I will try to share my screen.
Cool. Thank you.
Here, can you see my screen?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, yes. So basically this builds on previous proposal from Vlad and a suggestion from Matthias to use a moderator. So the idea is that we can make this system very simple by giving more power in the meetings to the moderator, and we just need to ensure that we always have means to change the moderator if the moderator is not listening to the feedback from the community. So the way I decided to do this is to basically introduce a concept of moderator guidelines, set limits to what these guidelines can do, and then the rest of the agenda system is basically specified in the moderator guidelines document. So yeah, so I basically have two proposals. Basically, the first one is this one, which introduces moderator guidelines, and the second one specifies the moderator guidelines. Yeah, so first, I think we should start by, if you want to pass it, we should start by trying to pass this document. So basically, it defines what moderator guidelines is. It's an informal contract between a community and the moderator, which defines rules and responsibilities that moderator should act by, expresses powers that community grants to the moderator, and it specifically, I say that it cannot prevent councils, moderator or the moderator guidelines cannot prevent councils from passing proposals using the processors we have previously been using. That's basically what these two rules say. And yeah, so we would first then pass moderator guidelines, specific moderator guidelines, and then we would pass a proposal to make someone a moderator, which who would act according to the guidelines set. And so yeah, so that's the first proposal, and the second proposal basically is my suggestion for the actual guidelines for the moderator. And the guidelines can now be much simpler, I think. Basically, we can simply say that moderator allocates time in meetings using Vlalendas game, and I defined Vlalendas game in here in section 2, and this is basically a simplified version of what of Vlalendas that we were previously talking about. Few changes is that we were previously trying to handle all the cases using councils, all the edge cases using councils. We were trying to decide when to move on to the next topic using councils. Here I simply say that moderator decides when to move on to the next topic. Yeah, and so by default, the moderator tries to implement this Vlalendas game, and I also add a rule that in exceptional cases, moderator can deviate from this Vlalendas game, but he has to declare a reason for doing so. So that's my way to trying to handle all the edge cases simply. And yeah, a few other guidelines are here. So moderator has the right to mute meeting participants who go off topic. Moderator recommends participants to use raise hand emoji to request speaking time, and meeting participants only speak if moderator asks them to. And yeah, one other thing I added is that council members can raise a special signal, which basically signals to the moderator that he should give them speaking time just to introduce a proposal. This should be used in the edge cases where council members think that the moderator is not acting according to the community's intent. So basically, if moderator is not listening to, is doing something bad, it's a way for the council members to stop him and introduce and propose to either change the moderator or propose a topic change, and we proceed from there. And yeah, so that's a quick overview. There's one thing left to do here, that's to select the actual signal, what the signal would be. Here is Vlad suggested this. I think that these are Zoom emojis that you could use, you could select. Vlad suggested this. I think that either this or this would be a bit clearer. Yeah, so that's one thing left to decide here in my mind. But of course, if you have any other comments, I'm curious to hear it. So that's basically an overview. Thanks.
Well, yeah, thanks so much, Tadas. Really appreciate this, and I'm really excited about this. I received a private message that Patrick wants to share the screen after and show what we have doing the mind map. And so pretty soon, I think that'd be great. But first, I see Vlad gave a clap while Tadas still has his screen up. I imagine this might be new to a lot of people. So does anybody have any questions or thoughts for Tadas that come to mind right now? And also, so I don't know the order we want to go. Patrick, you want to share that first, but I'd be very curious to hear. So just to reiterate, Tadas and Patrick and Vlad and I had a long discussion about this for a couple of hours yesterday. So I'd be curious to hear Vlad's thoughts and Patrick's in particular, since and I'm happy to share my thoughts as well. But yeah, if anybody has any thoughts, then please feel free to share.
I think it's an excellent proposal. I think it will make post-breakout room meeting really structured, which will make us more productive. So I think we should vote for it today.
Yeah, I also think it's a great proposal as well. Even in fractal elections, the way we know them, a moderator has always been something that I've been having the feedback from. That even in the breakout rooms, eventually it would be good to have some form of moderators to make sure that everyone has the same time to speak, etc. So having it in the post-breakout rooms, it's already a great idea, an initiative. All for it.
Excellent. Yeah, thank you, Charles, and thank you, Vlad, for sharing those thoughts. I'm also in agreement too. So I think it's a really helpful proposal, and so I think it's best to pass it this week. I think it's possible that there still could be some further iterations, like Tadas was talking about the signal, and perhaps as we go, we'll maybe iterate a little bit here and there, but it might just be perfect as it is. But I think it's definitely, or I think it looks like it's really helpful to implement, and it'll be a big upgrade for the community. And I think it'll be really helpful because I said this a bit in the brainstorming session, but there's a lot of ambiguity right now in terms of like we don't have set guidelines for how like that's best for the community for community members, and there's no like set there's just a lot of ambiguity. So I think this will clarify a lot and help everybody understand what the community members want and help enable more efficient meetings in the hour after the breakout rooms. Does anybody have any other thoughts or questions? Or should we, Patrick, I think he's planning on sharing the mind map too, so he can share some of the context as well. And if anybody has any questions after Patrick's presentation for Tadas as well, then that would be cool too. I see Tadas just stopped sharing the screen. So I'll leave it open now if anybody wants to jump in, or Patrick, you want to go ahead?
Yeah, I'm okay to go ahead. Totally, we have a great Eden+Fractal brainstorming session yesterday, December 13, the last one of the season. And I will share with you here the last updated mind map, and I will put into the chat also that you go also on your own, that's online. So that's the last version that we have now. And if I go on the notes of the branch, let me just, so if I go on the notes of this particular branch that we have iterated yesterday, for example, this one. Let me just. So that's the resume indeed of all our brainstorming of yesterday, the proposal to optimize the post-breakout room meetings. We speak about post-breakout room session indeed. And we don't want that there is a showstopper to pass proposal with the Eden+Fractal process. That doesn't need to break out the current core of Eden+Fractal process. That has to continue to be smooth. The moderator is active until a new proposal is accepted to pass a new moderator. And that's what we arrived to conclusion yesterday with the session. Also, this is up to the community to define the selection criteria to the entry as a moderator. Those criteria need to be dynamic using the Eden+Fractal process. Why they need to be dynamic? Because the Eden+Fractal meetings are defining a set of tools useful at level societal, economical, and technological, and the landscape is changing over the time. To say that's societal level, economical level, and technological level, that's so dynamic that we cannot say now what are the criteria to select a moderator. That could be week after week that we decide that. So that was that. And then on the moderator guidelines, we have defined finally what is a topic. A topic is either a proposal or two, a theme for discussion. When we are into a main room, we can discuss about a proposal, a topic that is a proposal or a theme. And when this is a theme for discussion, that could be A, a proposal not ready to pass, or B, an idea, promotion to improve Eden+Fractal, or a network of antelope. Let's say we have Waxa that want to be working with us. That would be perfect through Eden+Fractal, and someone that want to promote that is welcome to speak about that. The post-breakout room session is a 1 hour long meeting after the breakout room. If we need more to discuss, we continue on the next week with a new proposal that is just an iteration of the original one, or of the previous one, or exactly the same one, or a totally new one. Now it's very clear. We are committed to go week after week with a proposal into the post-breakout room session. And if you have not the time to finish this one, we continue on the next week with either a new proposal or of the previous one, or exactly the same one, or a totally new one. And general guideline, by default, moderator allocate time in meeting using Vlalendas game. The community propose and vote on topics to discuss during the main room on meeting number X. We have a notation for the meeting. For the meeting, we have a number X throughout the week before meeting X. In consortium, there is no limit to stop the voting on proposal. So in order to be the most flexible, two possibilities, the moderator could go 24 hours before the meeting and identify the top topics, or he could go on the day, the moderator open consortium and identify the top topics. Like this, the moderator knows exactly what will be the top topics, what is the trend to go on the next meeting. So that's why we addressed it yesterday. And there will be the video published today. I have all edited. It's 50 minutes, straight to the point. Dance enjoy. Thank you very much for yesterday. And that's all time stamped and very easy to understand, that will be published on an article, by wire article, swarmed with EOSBs. That's the last of the season. And that's all. That was a very cool experience yesterday. And I think we are ready to pass this, personally, I think we are ready to pass this proposal, the first one, the concept, and then the moderator guideline is more the specification of the concept, but good job, Tadas, very well done, and that was very clear document, simple, straight to the point, like we love, and that's all, guys. So enjoy the mind map. It is up to date, updated, and there will be the video coming. And on next year, we continue the fractal brainstorming session. I don't know exactly the date, but we will continue. We will do a week A and a week B. The week A will be to talk about proposals. And the week B will be to talk about how to structure our platform, model, ecosystem. But that's another story. There will be an article on Bywire explaining that. I think you will love it. It's all about giving more awareness for Eden+Fractal and to be more committed and structured into this Eden+Fractal. Thank you. Sorry.
Thanks so much, Patrick. Thank you once again for hosting the brainstorming session, and then also putting together the mind map and summarizing it and putting it in clear terms to help everybody understand this proposal and sharing your thoughts about it. Really appreciate it. I have some thoughts that I was inspired to share too, so I wrote down some notes. I also have maybe a couple quick questions for, I think, Tadas. But first, before I share anything, does anybody have any thoughts for Patrick, or any questions, or any thoughts that were inspired for Tadas or Vlad or anybody else that you'd like to share now? And if not, then I'll go ahead and share some thoughts. Some of it might be kind of reiteration of what Patrick said, because Patrick did a great job of breaking it down. But I also wanted to just share from a little bit of a different angle as well about why I think this is helpful. So one, I think that this is a pretty major innovation that we didn't really realize. I mean, we've been working on Vlalendas for the past month, a couple months now, and to set agenda topics. And then I think the recent insights from Matthias and Tadas about combining it with a moderation protocol, I think that's a really helpful innovation, both for Eden community and then for all communities too. So we've spoken a little bit about how, well, I think several other people are excited about how we can both empower the Eden community, our community here with these tools, and then also other communities. So I think that combining this moderation and Vlalendas process with the Eden+Fractal process that we're doing for the first hour makes a really helpful 2-hour kind of system and protocol that our community can use and all communities can use, because all communities will have the same kind of the same kinds of needs to figure out how to organize time. So I think it's really helpful for that. To break it down like in a really simple term for anybody who is learning about it and still trying to wrap their head around it, basically, so anybody can make proposals on Consortium with this proposal. Consortium is a great voting tool that Vlad is building and has been building for the past several years, so it works very well. And people can make proposals for topics, and those topics, as Patrick was saying, they could be proposals. If you want the community to do something, you make a proposal, or it can just be any sort of discussion theme. Like if you want to promote your work or share what you're doing, make an announcement, then you could also make a proposal for that. And then the community can vote on that on Consortium. And then whichever topics get the most votes are generally discussed first, and people will have 5 minutes to present them. And then the Eden+Fractal Council can vote on it, and also the moderator, whoever's elected as the moderator or chosen as the moderator, will be able to help facilitate that in an efficient way and provide an enjoyable experience for everybody. So it makes it so everybody can make proposals to have a 5-minute speaking slot basically and discuss things. So it's a very helpful service that formalizes and makes it simple for people to know how to speak and then prioritize the group so we can determine what is the most helpful things to discuss and keep meetings moving really smoothly. And it can also be used for fun purposes too. So I'm excited about like how communities in the future could make proposals for both serious work to get things done, and then also like, I don't know, silly things, like people could make a proposal for a song or something silly. I think we should focus on more of the serious stuff, but also have fun while we're at it. But I just think there's a lot of potential in this for creative communities to collaborate. So I think it's really cool. And yeah, I'd be curious if anybody has any thoughts about this. I hope that this has been a helpful, more information. But the questions I had for Tadas too is, one, if you had any additional thoughts after hearing everybody's feedback, Tadas, and then also, so myself and Patrick and Vlad and Charles and Pascal voice some support for this. I'm wondering, do you have any additional thoughts? And also, do you think it's ready and best to pass this now? Do you think it's best to pass 2 proposals, both of these proposals now separately? Or is there anything that you think should be considered more first, or anything like, or any other thoughts?
I think it would make the most sense to pass the first proposal first, so MSP prop, that the shorter one, not so we pass a proposal which introduces the moderator guidelines concept, and we can I think we could even pass the actual moderator guidelines some later time, but we can try today. But I think we could start right now with trying to pass proposal to optimize post-breakout room meetings, that one.
Okay, cool. Do you mind, by the way, Tasha, sharing that link in the chat? I'm just trying to find it. I'm not exactly sure where it is, so it might be helpful both for myself and for other people in the community.
Yeah, so basically this is the proposal, and the other document is the specific moderator guidelines, which we could pass separately. We could update it, change it, and so on.
When you guys say pass, are you saying, not sure if I have to raise my hand direct, are you going to pass it on the consortium website, or is it, how do you pass?
Yeah, so we use Eden+Fractal process. Basically, I will try to find a link. A few months ago we passed. We decided to use Eden+Fractal process, which basically means that we elect delegates. These delegates form councils, and these councils vote whether to approve. And if 3 out of 4 councils approve, then the proposal is considered passed. Yeah, so if you were in the previous meeting, we actually passed a small proposal to change the MSIG.
Yeah, and we also use that process to change time as well last month. I'll also, cool. Thank you, Elias, for the question. I also just shared some links to, I curated a lot of Tadas's works and community members' thoughts at edencreators.com/Eden+Fractal or /plus, so that's in the Zoom chat. And also, I just released over the past week an interview with Tadas, actually, where we spoke about Eden+Fractal. This interview was from a couple months ago when we first started doing it. But I've been working on it for a while, and I put a lot of work into just making it really nice and helpful for everybody to share this process, because I think it's a super helpful process. So I'm really appreciative to Tadas, and encourage everybody to check out the 2 links that I shared to learn more about the Eden+Fractal process. If you're not familiar with it, or even if you are, then I think it's really helpful. And I'll also share again the spreadsheet of the current counselors. Well, I shared this a little while ago, but yeah, so we have, I think everybody's here. Pascal said loves the idea that we are fractal process in the proposal. I do too. I think that the Eden+Fractal process is really fractal and elegant. But yeah, on this most recent link, you can see who's in the council. So you can see the past 4 councils from Council 7 to Council 10 will now make decisions. And who got elected in the Council 10? Oh, so actually it's right there. I got confused. So Eric and Vlad are the councilors for this week. That makes more sense. Pascal clarified using fractal process. I was a little bit confused by that. And Patrick also just shared a great link about Eden Fractal Update too. So thanks for sharing that and hosting that once again. I encourage people to check it out. Lenny?
Yeah, just a little short word. Now, keep in mind that when we're voting, that's on the text that's now is in front of us, so that we don't amend it afterwards or similarly. That's a key thing, you know. So this is a static document. Once we make a vote on it, no changes. And then if we want to change, we have to do a version 2 or similar. That's the original voting document. Just
Yes,
so that
correct.
everyone is clear on that.
Yes, I hope in the future we have mechanisms to protect better from changing the document after that.
Thanks.
I agree, and great point. Thank you, Lenny. That's an important point. Tadas, have you thought, I mean, we do have some mechanisms. Have you thought about posting on Hive like you did the Eden+Fractal, just so we have that on chain somewhere?
Yeah, I thought about many ways. I thought about putting it on IPFS. I think it would be a great way because it would, the link in IPFS identifies content, so you wouldn't be able to change what IPFS link points to. But I didn't do it this time because I thought if someone makes a suggestion, then we could quickly change it and then would have to create a new link. So I don't know. I thought it would be, but I don't know. Maybe in the future I will create a link that is static.
Cool. Sounds great. Thanks, Tadas. Patrick, hands up first, and then Lenny after Patrick.
Yeah, good point, Tadas, about immutable things with IPFS. So I just forget to mention when I do the presentation before with the mind map, on the left of the mind map, on the top, there is a branch named Eden+Fractal Memory. And this branch, when you click on, you come on another mind map that we have used already since June. And this mind map will be used to store, because it's an Eden+Fractal memory, like a storage memory, the proposals that are into this mind map on the right, when they have passed, and we are no more remise en question, that's finished for this proposal. The proposal is moved to the Eden+Fractal memory mind map. Like this, you are just focused on the new one, and the old one are archived like an archive. And like this, it's no more changeable. Also, into the mind map, we never change a Google document that we are presenting of someone. If you have something to note, we put a note on the branch of the mind map, never directly into the document, because we want to leave the original creator, in this case it's Tadas with his proposal, clean. And just during the brainstorming, we put the note on the branch. That's the point. And the mind maps, Mindweb mind maps, are timestamp will be. I have made already tests with that. There will be timestamped on IPFS. And that's the goal of the Mindweb mind maps, also to be timestamped onto IPFS. So we have the best immutable experience, I would say, with all that. Just to make a complement with what Tadas was just stating now about IPFS, and also Lenny, when you have a finish on some to see a document, you don't change anymore, and if you have something to change, you do another version. That's totally going into this direction. So that's all.
Thank you very much, Patrick. Yeah, those mind maps are very helpful to organize it. So thank you for sharing that as well. Lenny loaded a hand, I think. You want to go next, Lenny?
Just a very, very short word. Normally, whenever you put this up, until you practice it, you don't see the small glitches that you don't realize now. So it's one idea to make it easy, but we could, of course, put it on a chain or IPFS and whatever. but work on a Google document as long as we know what is taken. I already filed a copy. I'm just going to have confirmation before vote. I'll file another copy, so there's no changes. It's easy to keep track of it. But because I do expect we might do some changes in the first time we use it or second time. But if it's just shared websites, it would not be too bad. But blockchain might be, why put it there unless we have said this is it 100%? Just to allow room for easy editing. Thanks.
Great points. Thank you very much, Lenny. Really appreciate it. Tadas, I see Tadas also just shared in the chat. He said, here it is, and he shared the gateway. So that was quick on IPFS. So Pascal also asked a question too. I don't know if you want to respond to that as well, Tadas. I see your hands up. What do you think, Tadas?
Yeah, just wanted to share, to notify what that link. So I converted the Google Doc to PDF, and I used Pinata to upload it to IPFS, to pin it in the IPFS. I posted link in the chat.
Excellent. Lenny suggested it, and just like that, here we go. Cool. So thanks to that. And then also Pascal asked a question: is a moderator in Eden plus? I'm assuming he means Eden plus Fractal. Is a moderator in Eden plus Fractal similar to head chief delegates in Eden 1.0? So I can answer that. I don't know if you want to answer that, Tadas, or if you want to further elaborate on that, Pascal. But I'll just briefly answer it. Oh, unless you want to go first, go ahead.
Yeah, because I just went through the moderator process that has a design to understand exactly what do we call a moderator in this process. So I understand we will be having meeting after. It's like the moderator will be intervening after the breakout meetings. So for me, I understand usually after the breakout meetings, it's usually the delegates or the members that meet. So my question was, is a moderator in this post-breakout meeting the same as what we had in Eden version 1, what we call head chief delegates in that process? Is it meant to be the same in terms of moderation of the discussion and then using the process?
Yeah,
just have a comparison. Yeah.
Thank you for the question, Pascal. So yeah, I'll briefly respond, and if Tadas or anybody else wants to give more detail, but I think I can do a pretty quick, good job of answering quickly. So Tadas actually wrote out in the moderator guidelines page, which I'm opening up in the mind map right now. So I'll share a link, but he wrote the definition of a moderator is a person who organizes the discussions and assigns speaking time to participants and holds participants to time limits and tries to keep them from straying off the topic of questions being raised in the debate. So I'll share that in the chat, and then I'll also share the link to the guidelines. So this isn't the one that Tadas recommended passing first, but that explains what the moderator's role is. And so the analogy, I think that the Eden plus Fractal Council is more analogous and similar to the Eden chief delegates in the Eden election system. So the council of delegates each week forms a council that can make decisions for the community, and then the council basically chooses a moderator to help facilitate the meetings in the hour after the breakout room to allocate speaking time and generally just try to keep the topics and kind of host the Vlalendas game and make sure everybody's having a good experience. That's kind of an explanation that I think will be helpful. Does that make sense?
Yeah, makes sense. Yeah, it's not the same. It's not the same as head chief delegate. So it can change. Yeah. Thanks for the definition. Very good one.
You're welcome. And yeah, thank you for Tadas for writing that. It'd be a bit more like if the head chief delegates in Eden then elected another person who could be a chief delegate or could be somebody else to come to the chief delegate meetings and say, okay, this person can speak for 10 minutes now and this person can speak for 10 minutes now, and what do you think about this, and so forth. So that's kind of the role. And I see Lenny had his hands up too. Oh, okay. I thought
just a quick one. You basically covered it. It's like a moderator in a Telegram channel or anything. That's kind of a powers, but to keep control and make meetings moving forward. That's it. But you explained it well.
Very good. Yeah, very good.
Thank you, Lenny. And yeah, thank you for the question, Pascal, and the further explanation. I think I had another note here, and I think Vlad wrote something, but I don't see it. I don't know if Vlad deleted his note. He said some sort of recommendation. I don't know if you want to share more of your thoughts, Vlad.
A recommendation in regards to what?
I just thought I just saw you post something in the chat. Maybe I just completely was confused, but I thought you posted some recommendation to do 3 something. Yeah, from Vlad and Lenny just reposed. I proposed we pass 3 today. Elect the moderator as well. So Vlad's proposing pass 3 proposals.
Yeah, I think yeah, no time, no need to waste the time. They are good. We already know who we want the moderator to be, and we can really accelerate.
Well, thanks, Vlad, for sharing those thoughts and moving us along and accelerating too. I'm very curious to hear people's thoughts about that. And also, Elias just asked in the chat, how is the moderator selected? So this is also in one of the documents that Tadas wrote. I'll try to find it, exactly how he wrote it. But basically, the Eden+Fractal Council uses the Eden+Fractal voting process to choose a delegate, or I'm sorry, to choose a moderator. So people who are like delegates will make a vote, make a proposal, and here on the meeting, the delegates will vote. And if there is 3 or 4 councils in agreement, then whoever they choose will be the moderator, and then they'll be the moderator going forward until there's a different proposal passed to elect a different moderator. You're welcome, Elias, and thank you for the question. Really appreciate everybody asking these questions to help everybody understand everything. Lenny wrote, agreed we could do 3, learn it well for next meeting, and then amend if need be then. That's true, explanation point. I think that makes sense. And Patrick just shared a lot about what I think Vlad wrote. Would you like to share more about that, Patrick, or any other thoughts from Vlad or Lenny or anybody? Or go ahead, Patrick.
I just want to remind what we stated yesterday into the brainstorming session. That's a copy paste of the mind map. Just copy now and paste here. So Vlad stated yesterday about the concept. We don't want to break the core of the Eden+Fractal process. That has to be smooth. Moderator is active until a new proposal is accepted to pass a new moderator. And then this is up to the community to define the selection criteria to entry as a moderator. Those criteria need to be dynamic using the Eden+Fractal process. So basically what that say, it's up to you guys, to the community, to the members, to define the selection criteria to the entry to be a moderator. And that has to be totally dynamic. We cannot say now, what are the criteria? Because, as I said, the landscape that is always changing. And what is the landscape? It's about societal things, technological things, and economical things. So it's difficult to say in advance what are the criteria. So to answer to the question of Elias, how is selected a moderator? He was asking how is a moderator selected, and us into the Fractal brainstorming session just yesterday, we were stating that into the notes. So now that was recorded, that was that's into the mind map. We cannot say we have never said that. That's like a blockchain. This is a radio station. You cannot say after that you have never stated that. So now the question is it still true 24 hours after our brainstorming session, this statement?
Thank you, Patrick. I have some thoughts and questions. And by the way, we have about 13 minutes left. So if we want to pass a proposal, then just to set some guidelines, but I have a few questions. But first, I'll pass it on to Lenny. You're muted, Lenny. You're still muted, Lenny. We cannot hear you.
Sorry, I'm wasting time. And I was
It's
saying,
okay.
because we have short of time, I would suggest let's drop the moderator for now, do the proposal 1, proposal 2, and then we announce it to everyone else, you guys and whatever, and so and so. And then moderator, we can choose it either consortium and tell them, okay, we have a suggestion here, and have that offline a little bit on Telegram group or whatever, and stir people up so they know that, hey, if we want to have a voice, we have to come into the next meeting and make a decision, or consortium before that. Thanks.
Thank you, Lenny. Great points. Vlad also gave a thumbs up too for anybody who's watching and didn't see the thumbs up. Cool. So yeah, I'd be curious to hear what Tadas thinks about what Lenny just said and what Vlad said before about passing the 3 proposals. I was going to just generally ask if anybody has any issues with the proposals or other questions, both with the first proposal and the other proposals. But we also only have 12 minutes left too. So perhaps we should just go ahead and just take a vote on the first proposal. Or does anybody think we should proceed in a different way, or have any other thoughts first? And I'm also curious, Tadas, if you want to share any thoughts about this before we get into voting as well.
I think we should just try to pass the first proposal, and then try to, if we pass it, let's go on to trying to pass moderator guidelines proposal. And yeah.
Cool. Sounds great. I'm in agreement as well. So I suppose we can pull up the delegate spreadsheet, and I could screen share, somebody could screen share, but first we could just, I guess, do a hand raising for all the delegates. So I think all the delegates are still here. There's Lenny, myself, Eric, Charles Bishop, Tadas, Patrick, myself, Eric, and Vlad are the delegates. So yeah, we're all here. And I guess if there's no further comments, then who do you agree with the first proposal for the proposal to optimize post-breakout rooms that is shared in the IPFS link that he recently shared? Let's go thumbs up if you agree. So we have thumbs up from me, Eric, Charles, Lenny, Vlad, Patrick, and Tadas. And Pascal is laughing, and Patrick's giving peace. So I think we all agree then.
It's a good one, guys.
I think there's unanimous consent. Yes, I agree. So that's great. I'm just going to share the link, by the way, in case anybody wants to just take another look at it, but it's just in the chat over there. But yeah, so it sounds like time for congratulations. That's our 4th proposal passed with the Eden+Fractal process. So awesome. Thanks again to Tadas. I think Tadas is leading it in making proposals that get passed. So awesome stuff. And thank you, everybody. Woohoo!
And I think Tadas suggested to go to the next proposal as well. Am I right?
I believe so.
Yes, we could try. Yeah.
No, okay, now I jump in without hand raise or anything, because the idea is get both proposals in place. We got a week to set it up and talk about and learn it and whatever, and then we're ready for next meeting. In case it didn't work out or we have different ideas, we can change it in the end of next meeting and similar. So get the process moving.
Yeah.
So Lenny, do you think it's best to like pass it to approve the second proposal as well now, and then we can have something in place that we could try out next week, and then we can get moving? Is that what you're saying, basically? Or...
Exactly. I glanced it very quickly only this evening during the meeting and stuff and similar. And when I look through it, I had 1 or 2 things I might want to tweak, but it's not an issue really. And one is for time slot and similarly the wording, but that's peanuts. I would suggest it's ready to be run and operated the meeting next one, and then in the way the week up, we'll wake up some other members who haven't showed up for a while, and they say, whoa, we're moving, and similar. And then we also can learn if we have changes we want to implement it after the next meeting. But only left for that meeting is the moderator, to appoint a moderator. So council members here, maybe we should just make sure that we meet up or keep an eye on the Telegram or Discord or somewhere, so we can agree on who's going to be the moderator. That's the council. No, sorry, that's the community as a whole. But anyway, I'll leave it at that. Yes, I agree. Second proposal to be voted on.
Okay, awesome. thanks as always for sharing the very thoughtful and helpful insights, Lenny. And if anybody has any other questions or comments, then now might be a good time to raise those about the second proposal. But are we ready to vote on the second proposal? Is everybody ready to go? Should we do a thumbs up again if you agree? Your screen is not showing your thumb, I think. Okay, there we go, Tadas. So we have agreement from all 7 counselors, I think. So we got agreement. People can't see it, by the way. Or sometimes if people are watching on Zoom or if people watching on the video, then they can't see the little icons. So, but I think we got approval from Lenny, myself, Eric, Charles, Patrick, Tadas, and Vlad. So that's all the counselors, right? So that's again unanimous support.
Maybe the third one as well then.
Cool. Well,
or what's the reasoning why not to? Yeah, Lenny.
Yeah. Depends on the wording. What do we mean by community? Community sounds like the whole membership. They are the ones assigned, if I remember right, and what Patrick highlighted. Community is the whole membership, and they appointed the moderator. If we have a council, so if it means community, or if the text say, I have to read now. Contract between community and the moderator. Okay. I'm very quickly reading it again. That's the latest one. It's in the longer document. I got the impression, but I'll leave it at that. You guys were in the brainstorming yesterday.
I assure you, Lenny, community means members of the Eden Fractal.
Yeah, but to answer Lenny's question, it's in the first document. It says in point 3 that moderator is elected using Eden+Fractal process. So it means that we select a moderator by passing a proposal to select a moderator, simply.
Yeah, so the community is electing delegates with Eden+Fractal process, and then the delegates from the Eden+Fractal Council who are representing the will of the community would pass a proposal to elect or select the moderator.
I suggest to make it easy for next, because it's going to be messy next week. That's what I expect. And then we learn from it. And what I recommend is, yes, there was a brainstorming yesterday, but why not choose a moderator now? And then we change the rules anyway, end of next meeting if we did wrong, you know. So what? We are testing it. It's like a trial. Thanks.
Thank you.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah, I agree too. I think that makes sense. I think Vlad was in agreement as well. Does anybody else have any thoughts about this? We have, by the way, 5 minutes left.
Let's do this.
Okay, cool. Well, first off, I just want to say quickly, just congratulations for the second proposal. We're on a roll here. So this is unprecedented territory in decentralized cooperation. So really cool stuff. And then, yeah, I'd be happy to be a moderator. I've been doing my best to try to be a moderator. So I'll put myself up for the running, and I'd be happy to do so. If anybody else is interested in doing so, I'd be interested to hear so as well. But I suppose I could propose myself as a moderator, or if anybody else wants to make a different proposal, then that's cool too.
I am okay for you.
Thank you, Patrick.
And then that will be me in 10 weeks when I will not be a bastard. Okay, let's go.
Good.
Let's go with. Let's go. That's an epic today. It's a yeah, baby momentum.
Okay, cool. Yeah, and I do think that it would be cool, like with this process, we have a process to select different moderators over time. So like kind of like how the chief delegates in Eden change it. So that's definitely something we can switch up. But yeah, I suppose I'll formally propose myself as a moderator right now, and we can take a vote on that. Unless anybody has any other thoughts that you'd like to share first, I'll leave a moment. And if not, then so let's give a thumbs up if you're in favor of me being a moderator. Okay, we have thumbs up from Charles coming off screen, and from Eric and me and Das and Lenny, and Patrick's giving peace signs, and I think thumbs up and antelope signals and Das. So I think that's unanimous support. So thank you, everybody. I appreciate it. I'll do my best to help serve the community as much as I can as a moderator. And I'm also very open to feedback too. So this process, I think, is really helpful because it provides us a way to like provide some, Vlad put some party emoji. So cool, that's party time. Thank you, Vlad. And thank you, Pascal. Thank you for everybody too. I just have some chat messages in the chat too, so I'll have to read and catch up on these too. But yeah, I appreciate it. I appreciate the I guess support and appreciation, confidence, and yeah, I'm happy to take any feedback. If you guys want me to like moderate more, like in any different way, like being more, I don't know, any way, then I'm very happy to have feedback. But I'll do my best, and I'll continue to do my best. And thanks, and congratulations again, because we passed 3 proposals, which is like a huge amount of proposals compared to what we did over the past 27 weeks. So, and Patrick just graduated from college too. So congratulations, Patrick.
Well, we have a saying in the startup community, you win by failing fast frequently. So let's fail fast.
Yes, and hopefully we'll also succeed fast too. I'd rather succeed fast than fail fast, but if that's
Success comes from by failing and fixing. rather than drawing out, figuring out what to do wrong, just get it wrong fast and move on.
That's true. You miss 100% of shots you don't take, as they say. And so we're taking a lot of shots, and I'm really excited about what we're doing here. So yeah, thank you. And Lenny, you have your hand raised?
Yes, basically, there are no failures because you always learn from them. Ask me. I have had learned plenty of time to fail, and I've done so many times, but you learn. So be on your toes next time, Dan.
I will. Thank you, Lenny.
If it takes 100 attempts to get to the light bulb, get those 100 attempts done fast.
Sounds good. There's a great quote by Samuel Beckett that's like, fail forward, fail again, something like that. It's a good one. I'll look it up another time. Patrick?
Exactly. That's Stanislas Wawrinka, tennis player in Switzerland, stating on his rest, fail again, and fail better. So I enjoy to fail every time that I come here. And by the way, since June, we have failed, and then we have failed better. And today, that's the culmination of all these moments. Yeah, baby. I am very happy.
Baby.
That's a good momentum. You cannot imagine for some people here. I think that's a weight going off our shoulder, and I am happy. That should be like this since day one, but seems to be that takes some time to come in fruition. And now we have Dance Enjoy as a moderator. Who would imagine that at the first day that we will see Dance Enjoy becoming a moderator in this Eden Fractal? Huh? Very well done. Very happy to continue with you guys. Thank you.
Patrick, keep in mind, it might be only be for one session. You never know. Thanks.
Yeah, exactly. Absolutely. Okay.
All right. Well, yeah, thanks so much, Patrick, for the support, and also remembering the quote too. So I really appreciate that. I'm also very excited about this too. This has been kind of a long road, and I'm really excited for the next steps too, because now we have this process so we can pass lots of proposals. So I encourage people to make proposals for topics, for proposals, or things you want to share with the community, because now you can do that on Consortium. I also want to say a big thank you to Tadas for doing a lot of great work on putting this together. It's been incredibly helpful. So thank you so much, Tadas. And also thank you very much to Lenny and Vlad and Patrick for helping a lot with the Vlalendas, which forms a significant part of this proposal. And yeah, thanks everybody in the community for sharing all your thoughts and everything that we're doing. And I'm stoked for our next steps. All right. So we've been going
Con
for...
mucho gusto. Hallelujah.
You guys, Patrick, speaking languages in a funny hat that I don't know what the languages are. Con mucho gusto. I love it very much.
Gusto,
Is that it?
Querer decir, perdón. Con mucho gusto significa que tenemos una buena vida aquí Somos muy contentos y vamos a ir en el nuevo año con mucho fe y alegría. ¡Ole! Go
Watch out,
Eden
Patrick's
Fractal!
gonna start doing the Macarena. Watch out.
Okay, so in English, that means we are with a lot of alegría, so with a lot of joy here, and we need to go into the new year with the best joy, and for that, I suggest to have beside you always a joy. You have the dancing joy, you have Brandon Lovejoy, and now you have Pat Nova Joy. Very happy. Okay.
Thank you, Pat Nova
So
Joy.
are you happy here or what?
I'm very happy. How's everybody feeling?
That's a beautiful day. That's a beautiful day. Okay.
All right. Yeah. So I hope everybody's very happy.
Okay.
Thank you, Patrick, for sharing all the joy. And I'm thrilled to be working with Pat Nova Joy as well as everybody
Where is my
else.
hat? My hat. Oh.
It looks like it's jumping around all over. All right. Tadas, go ahead, please.
Yeah, just wanted to say that to thank everyone who contributed to these proposals on agendas over the last few months. Basically, what I did, I just put a finishing touch with organized everything and introduced the concept of a moderator. So it's a huge credit to Dan and Vlad for doing all the previous work, and thanks to Patrick as well for organizing brainstorming sessions where we progressed, and yeah, thanks everyone.
You are welcome. You are so beautiful that I cannot resist to be here with you. I love you all. Yes, let's do this. No, that was epic. And we need to have fun, okay? But be professional also. And that's the time for some act and some music here.
That's right. I was trying to get the music playing before.
Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell, yeah. Jingle bells, yeah, jingle bell, yo. La 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 la. Ole!
Thank you, Patrick, for all the amazing music. Also, Pascal says, thanks, Patrick, for the Christmas. And Patrick have gremlins into the hat. Lenny said with a big smiley face. Lisa said in the chat, great job, too. Patrick's hat's going all over the place. Pascal, before he said better fall from the second floor, from the 10th floor. Yeah, congratulations, everybody. And thanks so much. And once again, thank you to Tadas and also everybody who's been doing great work. And thank you, Patrick, Pat Nova Joy, for sharing all the fun, too, as well as hosting the brainstorming sessions, which have been really helpful. And also, I really appreciate having fun at the end of the meeting, too. We are we're done with the formal voting period. We passed 3 proposals, so that's awesome. And looking forward to next week. And we can keep hanging out and talking. I can keep the recording going for however long we think is good. We could wrap it up now, or if anybody else wants to discuss more or have some more party or anything like that.
Little announcement.
Okay.
That's Pomelo season 4. And I have give some gift of the last minute. I have my Papa Noel with me, and I have gave 100 EOS to Eden creators, 100 EOS to your other grant, Johnson Joy. That's the new one that.
Yes, Creator Talk. Thank you, Patrick, so much.
Yeah,
I greatly
200 EOS for you, Dan. Happy birthday, happy Christmas. I have give 100 EOS to Tadas for Albedo, 100 EOS to Vlad for CTF, 350 EOS, no, 310 EOS to EOS Support to finish the promise. My promise, I promise always, and I do always what I say. So I did exactly what I say, and now I am ruined. Oh. I am poor man, but very happy. So, and I enjoy to be here with you on the next year. And I think we have to wrap it up like we have never wrapped it up. Let's do this. I think we have to say at 3, 2, 1, 0, we will say with all our heart, soul, and mind, go Eden Fractal. let's do this.
Let's
so
do
I
it.
do the raise your hand when you are ready.
We're ready.
Yes. Now, 3,
2,
1,
0, 0,
0,
0, 0,
0, 0, 0, 0, 0.
0, 0, 0, 0.
Bravo! Let's go!
Go Eden! Awesome.
Oh, that's the end of the year. That's normal. And another one. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1, 0 again. Raise your hand.
Yes, but what will be the go? What are we doing this time, Patrick?
We will say go Eden+Fractal brainstorming session, but it's a little long. We have to say go EFBS, not
Sounds
EFBI,
good.
not FBI. Go EFBS, okay?
Yes.
So let me take some Pat Nova Joy drink.
I'll also do the same while we're at it too.
Okay, so let's go.
Let's do it.
Pat Nova Joy is here. Pat Nova Joy, are we ready? Yeah. Dancing Joy, are you ready?
I'm ready, Pat Nova Joy. Let's do it.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Pat Nova Joy to Dancing Joy, are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready, Pat Nova Joy.
Are you sure that you are ready?
Yes, I'm sure that I'm ready.
You are ready. Okay.
Yes,
are you
indeed.
already here? Are you sure that you are ready?
I'm sure that I'm ready, and I'm sure that I'm ready.
Okay. So 3, 2. No, let's do something else. 3, 2, 1, 0. 3, 2, 1, 0. Ding dang dong, ding dang bong, ding dang dong. 3, 2, 1, 0. Go!
Go!
Eden!
Eden+Fractal brainstorming session or EFBS.
I redo. It's EFBS. Huh? Okay, so.
Yes, EFBS, as you said.
EFBS, na 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 na. EFBS, na 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 na. Okay, so let's go. 3, 2, 1, 0. Nothing is impossible with
EFBS. And maybe we'll wrap it up on one quick one last. I see everybody's having to go or saying bye, guys. Vlad, goodbye. Thank you so much, Vlad. And Charles Bishop, thank you so much, Pascal. How about we do a quick 1, 2, 3, go EOS. 1, 2, 3, go EOS. All right. Thank you, everybody, so much for the great meeting. Thank you, Patrick, for sharing the amazing time and the songs and the dance and the hats and everything. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much, Charles. Talk to you later. See you. Thanks, everybody. And I suppose Patrick looks like he's struggling here. You all right, Patrick?
Bye.
See ya, Evgeny. Thanks so much. Thanks, Tadas. Patrick, you're right. It looks like you're having some breathing issues there. Is there anything I can do? It looks like you're choking. If I could come over and help you out, then I would. But
he gave everything.
I finished the last one of the season totally broken. I have a strong
cough, sickness. I hope
yeah.
All right.
Since last Friday, I have passed the entire weekend to the bed, and and the Eden+Fractal brainstorming session of yesterday, I was not sure to be able to do, but seems to be that I am always committed when also I am sick. So now I am fucking attacked. I think I will die into Eden+Fractal.
Well, I certainly hope not. And that's the grand ending, everybody.
We'll take some rest then.
Yeah.
Finally, Patrick is dead.
No,
I will be here until you die yourself. So okay.
You like live us all, that's for sure.
Merci, Charles. Ça fait plaisir. Ça fait très plaisir. J'aime bien quand tu parles anglais. C'est joli.
Thank you. Merci.
Merci aussi. Charles is speaking English very beautiful, very smooth, and he speaks Spanish also, and he speaks French for sure.
That's enough languages for me. Yeah, I got this 3. I'm happy for it.
That's why you are a perfect communication manager for your support with all those languages. And I think myself with my English, I have a particular accent that everybody loves.
Yeah, French accent, everybody loves.
That's why my workshop has a beautiful success. I think it's just because my English is loachable, and I think the girls love Untitled workshop.
It's quite good. Don't worry. We do our best.
No,
Yes.
I will continue. I will continue to do so. And Dance Enjoy, thank you for all what you are doing. That's beautiful. And I love the last episode of yesterday. That was so beautiful. I was not able to join because that was already 4 a.m. in my morning, but seems to be. And you were still, yeah. And I was seeing and the gift and the song and the little bambula. The guitar, the little guitar.
Yes,
nice.
I was playing the ukulele and playing a little jingle bells.
Ukulele,
Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh! Hey,
nice one.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
We can do one day. I think I have a lot of sometimes. When I was seeing that, I was thinking, wow, that could be a nice place to come, but I was not able to do so. But you did that fantastically. That was very, very cool, fun, nice moment, cool songs, cool gifts. Yeah, there are some gifts that I have not understood what it is. Seems to be that you have that in your apartment since a while. You have make your old gift.
Oh yeah, I picked up some random stuff that was just around my home. Like I picked up this little gourd musical instrument thing. So I was
this
just playing
one,
this.
I have not understood what it is. It's a tolima.
It's a, I think it's called like an African keyboard. Maybe I might be wrong about that.
No. The symbol.
Kalimba, you said?
Colombian, yeah. It's pre-Colombian and it's a tolima. You see that when you go in Bogota al Museo del Oro, Musée de l'Or.
Right.
That's a pre-Colombian. There is a Museo del Oro, Bogota, where you can visit the pre-Columbian history and you have this kind of symbol. So I think your parents have traveled a lot. That's explain why. Or you have traveled yourself in Colombia, Dance Enjoy?
I have not been there. I think that my mom got this for me at a garage sale a long time ago.
Or maybe it's Aztec, or
maybe it does.
Peru, maybe. But that seems to be.
Yes.
By the way.
I was also going to say, well, you're going to say, by the way, so I want to do that, Patrick, but I was going to say, the one, Patrick, so thanks very much for bringing all the fun and also for the support too. I appreciate that so much, and that's very kind of you. And then also, we are still recording, by the way, so I think it probably would be good to wrap it up and say goodbye to everybody on the recording soon, so it doesn't go on for too long.
Thanks for everyone listening. It has been a great meeting today. We had a lot of fun and we progressed a lot.
Hello, Lisa. Yeah, that's fine. I am happy to see you here, Lisa. That's nice. And Charles, when he comes, it's always cool. He gives great advice for the communication, the website and the Discord channel. Pin the message into the Discord, pin the messages, and make a good website. The website is good,
absolutely,
but it could be improved for sure. But like the mind maps, we agree all. Mind maps can be improved. Always is improvable, but if you don't do anything, you will never know. So I am very happy today. What I am seeing finally that we are able to vote for a first proposal, the concept, and already for the spec, for the specification, we have to jump into the water and continue. So I am preaching that, and Dance Enjoy knows that very well. We were a little bit, I was a bastard sometimes these last days. That's not excuse because I am a little bit sick. That's not that. Because I was just frustrated that we were not able sometimes to just do the things go. And I am happy of the brainstorming session of yesterday that was not happening exactly that was expected. Hopefully that's pre-recorded, and when all is edited and cutted by Pat Novajoy, at the end the video looks like if we were talking for 1 hour, but we were 2 hours. By the way, 2 hours, it's nothing else compared with here sometimes with 4 hours, 5 hours. Do you remember that?
Anyway, we made a lot of progress. Today was
And
we made awesome progress.
And I was until the end. I have never missed an Eden+Fractal until the end. I am always until the end. And town hall on the Sunday, I encourage the people, please come to Eden town hall. Okay.
I encourage everybody to join too, although it's not a big deal. We have to say please twice, but I encourage everybody to join. Also, I encourage everybody to join the EOS Support giveaway show that Charles is hosting every Thursday, and I'll also second that Charles is doing great work. I also wanted to say thank you to Lisa for both joining and then also showing up on camera. I hope that you're enjoying your day. Patrick, I do think you're mentioning about going on for 4 hours. I feel like we should probably wrap up the recording before we get into it. We can talk more after the recording, but how about we wrap it up now? Does that sound good to everybody?
Yeah, just before to wrap up, I want to remind something. We are building our circle that is Eden+Fractal, and we have to grow in values, a full spectrum of values. And that's not only the money, that's more than that, the values. And we have not to expect anything from anyone. We have to do the things on our own with our circle, loosely coupled, independent, and connect with other circles as we want during the road. We decide, we want to connect with EOS Business, Jesse Jaffe. No problem. We want to connect with EOS Support. That is also a beautiful circle. No problem. But we have not to do the error to mesh together because we are losing our identity if we are doing so. And also not do the error to go to someone and ask him, please, give me money. Never.
Yes, we want to be independent, and that's a big part of what we're promoting. And I know that Charles is very supportive of independence, Merkle animals, and so forth. But yeah, thank you for sharing that, Patrick. And I completely agree. Let's continue promoting our independence and continue getting better. And I'm very excited about our progress this meeting and our funny hats and everything that we're doing in the community. So thank you, everybody. And go Eden+Fractal. And I suppose we can wrap it up here. Thanks everybody so much.
Oh yeah.
Okay, sounds good.
Finally, huh?
Okay,
bye.
Cool. Well, see you later, everybody. Thank you.
Bye. Happy Christmas. Huh?
Happy Christmas. Happy holidays. See you later, everybody.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays, everyone.
And all the health and success and joy, fullness.